Hello and welcome to this week's Neumann Update. I'm Ray-Benet Troilo. The novel coronavirus continues to spread as reports have been updated today that there are more than 64,000 coronavirus cases across the world. China reported more than 15,000 new infections on Thursday. So far, there are 15 confirmed cases in the U.S., but health officials expect that numbers will rise over the days and weeks ahead. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is preparing for a worst-case scenario, a widespread outbreak in the U.S. The CDC says the disease can be spread by people who aren't showing any symptoms. One of the reasons the coronavirus is hard to predict is because there's still so much that is unknown about the virus. Officials have also said that a change in the way cases are arranged seems to have caused the virus to spike. Close to 6 weeks ago, the CDC offered to help China with its outbreak, but the Chinese government hasn't responded. The disease has already killed more than 1,300 people. The 2020 presidential campaign is still underway. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders won the New Hampshire primary held Tuesday evening. Tuesday's vote concluded with Sanders winning 26% of the votes of the 94% that voted. This came to no surprise as Sanders was projected to win. Over 71,000 votes were in favor of Sanders. Pete Buttigieg followed close behind with over 67,000 votes. Amy Klobuchar had over 58,000 votes, Elizabeth Warren had over 27,000 votes, and over 24,000 votes were in favor for Joe Biden. Andrew Yang announced during the New Hampshire primary his decision to drop out from the presidential campaign because it was clear from the numbers that he was not going to win. The next caucus to take place is the Nevada caucus on February 22nd. In local news, Trinity Health owners of Mercy Philadelphia Hospital in West Philadelphia announced Wednesday that the hospital will be closing its inpatient services. The decision to close Mercy's inpatient facility came after realizing that they don't have the finances needed to continue its acute care capacity. Officials have now noticed that the hospital has continued to lose money for the past 7 years in addition to losing a quarter of its patients' occupancy since 2013. So far, there is no official closing date. The hospital is preparing to transform its facility from inpatient care to a model that can better serve the West Philadelphia going forward. The hospital's 900 employees and ongoing inpatient care services will be transferred to Mercy Fitzgerald in Delaware County. The closing of Mercy's hospital comes just months after Hahnemann Hospital announced its closure due to financial issues as well. In Neumann News, all students were emailed today with a kind request to complete the Title IX survey. Title IX is a federal rights law that prohibits gender-based harassment or discrimination in all forms within K-12 schools, colleges, and universities that receive this federal funding. The Title IX committee assesses the campus climate in terms of sexual misconduct each year and asks that all students complete the survey by February 28th. Completing this survey will help to gather information about students' experiences on campus and help to provide a better atmosphere. Shifting gears into our weather forecast. After a week's worth of rain, big weather changes are coming over the next couple of days. We endured a blast of cold air today with the high only reaching 34 degrees and winds up to 20 miles per hour. So be sure to grab an extra scarf if you are heading out to celebrate with your Valentine tonight. Another cold day tomorrow, especially in the morning. We will wake up to temperatures in the teens and wind chills in the single digits, as the high only reaches 35 with sunny skies. Much milder on Sunday, we end up at 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies, 52 degrees and sunny skies for our President's Day, and here comes that rain again on Tuesday with the high reaching 57 degrees. Wednesday, we will only see some showers in the morning, followed by clouds in the afternoon, with the high dropping back down to 45 degrees. That's your 5-day forecast.
Hello, I'm Amanda DeCarlos with your campus news. Earlier this week, in honor of Black History Month, the Knight's Programming Board hosted an event with free cultural food and live artwork of prominent Black historical figures. The students that participated did not leave empty-handed, as they were able to choose one free Black History-themed shirt. In honor of today being Valentine's Day, candy art mugs were given out in the Bachman lobby. Chocolate-covered strawberries were also available for students to take. The best way to end the night is to stop by the commuter lounge at 6:15 for a delicious Olive Garden dinner. If you are staying on campus this weekend, Make sure you come out and support the men's and women's doubleheader basketball games on Saturday at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Next week, put on your best suit and tie and make sure your shoes are shined for the career fair on February 19th. Bring your resume and be prepared to impress the future employers. The career fair will last from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. in the Miranda Center. I'm Amanda DeCarlos, and that's your campus news.
In the world of sports, spring training is officially open for business. Phillies pitchers and catchers hit the field on Wednesday in Clearwater, Florida for the first workout of 2020. Phillies manager Joe Girardi made his pitch loud and clear in an official team meeting Wednesday before practice. Quote, "Forget about last season's collapse," end quote. Girardi says it is his job to get his players to be at their best when it matters postseason in October. With opening day a little less than 6 weeks away, Phillies single game tickets are now available for purchase for the 2020 season. After a disappointing result on Tuesday against the New York Islanders, the Philadelphia Flyers took care of their own business in the tight Eastern Conference playoff race with a 6-2 victory over the Florida Panthers last night. The Flyers now have 71 points this season as they continue their fight for a spot in the postseason. They look to build on this victory tomorrow as they travel to Tampa Bay to put out the Lightning's 9-game win streak. The NBA All-Star break officially began this past Tuesday for the 76ers following their victory over the LA Clippers. Head coach Brett Brown says he will use this time to figure out how to coach this team. Quote, "This is not a traditional type team," end quote. Brown said, "I look forward to figuring out in a deeper way over the break, how do you take the team that you have and how do you play it? We will see how the Sixers will respond when they host the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday, February 20th at the Wells Fargo Center." Taking it back to home turf here at Neumann University, we have an action-packed weekend in store. The men's lacrosse team kicks off their season as they host Alvernia University for their home opener tonight at 4 p.m. The indoor track and field teams also return to action tonight as they will compete in the Fast Track Invitational in Staten Island, New York. The playoffs are soon approaching for both the men's and women's ice hockey teams. The men's ice hockey team travels tonight to Pittston, PA to take on the number 13 seed Wilkes University for the second time this season at 5 p.m. The Knights look to gain another victory tomorrow at home against King's College, which they snagged a 6-1 win over in early December. Puck drops at 4 p.m. The women's ice hockey team will also host a match against Manhattanville College tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Iceworks Rink. Both the men's and women's basketball teams look to gain a conference victory over Gwynedd Mercy University tomorrow. The women kick off the doubleheader at 1 p.m. as the men follow up at 3 p.m. center court in the Miranda Center. Finally, the men's volleyball team will be heading over to Immaculata University to face off against the Mighty Macs at 7 p.m. The Knights look to rack up another win next to their victory over Cairn University they acquired this past Tuesday. That's all I have for this weekend sports update.
Dishes are best served hot, and I have the hottest news for you this week. Viewers of Fox's Masked Singer got a shock Wednesday. It turns out the contestant who performs as Miss Monster is the legendary Chaka Khan. The show involves celebrities singing while disguising their identities. Audience members vote on who wins each night, and they sent the 10-time Grammy winner packing. But Chaka Khan says that's fine with her. She says wearing a mask on stage was liberating. A consumer watchdog group is accusing pop star Rihanna's lingerie line of defrauding customers. The organization Truth in Advertising filed complaints with the Federal Trade Commission and California's district attorney. It says Savage Fenty customers were unwillingly enrolled in a membership program that costs $50 per month and does nothing but provide discounts. According to the group, customers could easily sign up for the membership accidentally when checking out on the company's website. It says the enrollment appears as an item in the online shopping cart labeled membership with no price next to it. Savage Fenty says it complies with consumer protection laws. It is sold online by a company called Textile. The company's founder used to run a weight loss powder company that had to pay more than $26 million in a 2014 false advertising case. Lindsay Lohan's father has been arrested after a domestic incident in New York. Southampton Village Police says 59-year-old Michael Lohan is charged with misdemeanor criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation and harassment. Lohan made a court appearance Wednesday for allegedly assaulting his estranged wife on Monday. Lohan isn't Lindsay's only parent in recent trouble with the law. Last month, the actress's mother, Dina Lohan, was arrested for drunk driving and leaving the scene of an accident. Her famous daughter frequently made headlines for her drug and alcohol problems in the early 2000s. Jennifer Hudson will perform a special tribute to the late basketball legend Kobe Bryant at Sunday's NBA All-Star Game. The National Basketball Association made the announcement Thursday. The game takes place in Chicago, and celebrity natives of that city, including Hudson, and the scheduled entertainment for that night. The Grammy Award-winning singer will open the night ahead of players' introductions with the tribute. Chance the Rapper, Lil Wayne, DJ Khaled, and Quavo will perform a halftime show. People magazine reports that the format of the game itself will also be reworked to honor Bryant. Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter died along with 7 others last month in a helicopter crash. That's all the news I have for this week. I'm Daquan Ray, and have a great week.
With another week of classes complete and assignments are continuing to pile on, we could all probably use some positive stories to keep our spirits up. An Illinois high school student is using fashion to inspire people to vote. The Board of Elections honored Villa Livino for creating this artwork. She calls it I Voted Power Dress. The outfit is made mainly out of I Voted wristbands and comes with a matching handbag. The 19-year-old Whitney Young high school senior decided to create the project with the upcoming elections on her mind. Zadell said, all of a sudden, it just came to me. I thought, it's such an important time. I've served in these elections, I've seen the votes, and I know what's going to happen, and I'm going to vote soon. And I want to make a piece that represents that. I wanted to say that it's important to vote. The Board of Elections plans to display the dress in preparation for its century celebration of the 19th Amendment. That amendment gave Caucasian women the right to vote. While math might not be everyone's favorite subject, a deli in the Bronx is offering free stuff for solving simple math. If a customer gets the problem right, they have 5 seconds to grab whatever they want. And then, while Alwyn, the store owner's son, who is a cashier, is offering the contest and paying for the items out of his own pocket. In the videos, you can hear him asking, what's 5 times 5? Or 9 times 9 minus 5? His videos of the contest are making him an internet sensation. He has more than 300,000 TikTok followers and 17,000 Instagram followers. Alwyn says he wants to help low-income community members save for high property expenses such as rent and utilities. Bringing things more local, a 12-year-old from South Philadelphia named Clara de Groot donated a $10,000 check to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia on Tuesday. When Clara was a leukemia patient at CHOP, she discovered that playing with slime helped her relax during her chemotherapy treatments. After realizing how much slime helped her during her treatments last April, she decided to start a small business called Slimes of Courage to raise money to donate to CHOP to help other patients. Clara went through 5 rounds of chemo and has been in remission since August. Even though her slime business is slowing down, she wants to continue making her slime kits to give to other patients to help them through their long treatment visits. That is everything for this week's On a Positive Note. I'm Amanda DeCarlos. Have a great weekend and stay positive.
That's all we have for this week's update. Thank you for tuning in to the Neumann Update. Have a great weekend. I'm Ray Troilo.